What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the first episode of the newest student-run program under the Rock Media Network and WSRU-TV, Digital Discourse, where pixels speak louder than words. Digital Discourse is a show based around just open conversation where we share stories that we have found from every vast corner of the internet, and we give our opinions. We are your hosts, Jeremy and Matt. Jeremy, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right, Matt. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. Doing well.
Excellent. Well, guys, we are going to kick things off with something a little interesting. With our topic, Interesting AF. Now, that's where we're going to take a look at some photos. We talk about how they make us feel and how they might make you feel as well.
Absolutely. Then we're going to just jump into some basic Reddit stories about anything, actually. College, advice, life. And since it is the spooky season, we do have a couple of scary Reddit stories for you guys.
That's right. And then we got one last treat for you. You see, we are going to take a look at our very own Slip Yik Yak and take a look at that advice section and give you some of our answers to all your problems. Because, hey, we're here to look out for you. We care about you.
Absolutely.
Just a good way to end the episode.
Absolutely. Wholesome. So let's just jump right into the first segment, Interesting AF.
That's right. Well, I have been taking a look at Forbes. I don't know anything about money. Not a money guy.
I know how to spend it.
Hey, you and me both. But they have come out with an article talking about like the most popular costumes they project to be upcoming this Halloween.
Okay.
So I'm going to take a look at that. It's top 10.
Okay.
Right? I'm just only looking at the top 3.
Okay.
For adults, number 1, witch.
Interesting.
I mean, I could have seen that coming.
I could have seen it coming too. It is iconic. It
We gotta
really
have
is
a witch.
iconic.
Number 2, vampire. Kind of the same vein.
Same thing. You
know
can't
what I
have
mean?
Halloween without a vampire.
And then number 3, Barbie. Ooh.
That one also doesn't surprise me too
No,
much.
it
just
doesn't.
because, like, as soon as I saw the movie come out, instantly I was like, yeah, there's a couple's costume that's gonna be
Definitely.
really popular
Barbie
this
and
year.
Ken just everywhere.
Everywhere.
If I know my Slippery Rock people, though, I know that they're more creative than witch and vampire.
That I would hope
know I'm
so.
gonna see some Marios.
That would be
the
great.
Mario movie came out.
Right.
I know I'm gonna see some like inmates. You know, where are the
Mhm.
inmates on this list? I don't see a single like
No,
inmate or police officer.
I have no idea.
Do we trust Forbes as a source?
I mean,
Maybe.
they've been reliable this far, I guess.
This far, yeah.
I guess.
Well, Matt, what are you going as for Halloween?
I am gonna. My first costume that I've got laid out is I'm gonna go with like the classic '50s greaser type deal,
Yeah,
like
okay.
slick the hair back, leather jacket, white T-shirt.
Yeah.
And then as far as a second costume, I've got nothing. I need to go raid some thrift shops. You know what I mean?
We're gonna like double up. We're getting 2 costumes.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. All right. I like
well,
that.
you gotta
I
have
like
one
that.
for Friday and one for Saturday.
Yeah, you gotta keep it original. Gotta keep it new.
Absolutely.
I think I'm gonna go as Fred Rogers just because I put this on. I looked in the mirror and I was like, all I need is some white stuff like around my hair, make it a little dusty, get some finger puppets, and I
That's
could go out there,
perfect.
just change children's lives
That
this
is
Halloween. You know what
perfect.
I mean? Do that. I might even do it like the whole week. Just the whole
Just the
Halloween
whole week,
you know,
yeah.
no parties, just going to class.
Bring
like,
smiles to all the local kids.
You matter, you know? I could see me doing that, absolutely.
Well, while we're talking about costumes, what would you say is your favorite costume of all time?
That I've had? You know, that
yeah,
I've
we can
worn?
do that you've had.
Okay. I mean, I've done it all. I've been Darth Vader. I've been a Coke can. A Coke can.
Very nice.
Yes. I think my favorite one was I was Pete Davidson. I just bleached my hair. I put tattoos all over me, painted my fingernails. I went all out for
That's
this.
great.
I dressed up. I didn't even get to go to a party because that Halloween just no one was throwing.
Was that COVID Halloween?
It was that COVID Halloween. So yeah, you hate to see it.
Hate to see it.
But how about you? You got
I
any
can
favorites?
specifically remember. I don't remember exactly what age I was. I was maybe 9 or 10, but my mom was really into making my costumes instead of buying costumes. I can remember one year she took an old just like black Hanes sweater and turned it into a spider costume. She hung like arms off the side of it and put some patterns on it. So every time I brought my arms up, all the other arms came up. It was really cool, and that just always sticks out in my head.
That's cool. That's cool. I like that kind of creativity because a lot of people, they had their moms making costumes. I was the same way when I was younger.
Oh, absolutely. It's way cheaper that way.
Yeah,
You walk into a
definitely.
Spirit Halloween these days, and you're not walking away without spending
And,
at
like-
least $60.
Yeah, and like the costumes, they're like more meaningful because someone put their time and effort into
Absolutely.
that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's made with love.
I agree.
Yes. So next up, I think we're going to talk about candy. Do you have a favorite Halloween candy?
I like it all, man. I can't.
Good answer.
If I had to pick a favorite though, and this is a bit controversial. I'm a candy corn guy.
Wow.
I am a candy corn guy. It's
crazy.
Halloween to me. You know,
It's a Halloween
that
candy.
is a Halloween candy through and through.
True.
And I know a lot of people aren't a fan, but
Yeah, that's insane that you just said that right now.
yeah. Are we gonna have words after this?
After the show. Hey, I'm just saying that like candy corn, it is a staple. It's an icon.
Absolutely.
We love it on Halloween, but you can't go wrong with like some like Sour Patch Kids or some Laffy Taffy, something gummy. I don't like a lot of chocolate.
No, I'm more of a gummy guy myself.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
When you bring that into it, it's game over.
Absolutely.
Game over.
Absolutely.
What about movies? What kind of spooky movies you watching this season?
I'm more into like the animated, like like the kids Halloween movies,
Yeah.
like Nightmare Before Christmas. I guess that kind of
Ooh.
counts as Halloween and
Definitely.
Christmas. But and then I'm blanking on the other one. It's another Tim Burton one. I can't recall the name. Corpse Bride? Is that it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was Tim Burton. That
Yeah,
might have been it.
I like that one a lot.
That's crazy that you mentioned that because I think I was like 6 or 7, one of the first times I was trick-or-treating, and I went to this guy's house. It was this older dude, and instead of candy, he just had like a television set up, and as the treat, you just got to watch like a segment of The Nightmare Before Christmas. You
That's
just stood there
crazy.
for a couple minutes. Yeah, that was insane.
That's efficiency right there.
I
Instead of
guess,
buying a bunch
it
of
gets it
candy,
done. It's
set up a
cheaper.
TV.
For sure. For sure.
All right, well, what do you say we move into some of our main topics for the day, some of our
Let's get
Reddit
into it.
stories?
Let's get into it. What you got for me?
All right, so the first one I have got for you is titled, "My Professor Seems to be Scamming the University."
Okay. Yikes.
My statistics professor is causing concern at the university. In my introductory statistics class for data analysis, he lacks teaching structure and responsiveness. He's not providing lesson plans, a syllabus, or online lecture recordings, unlike other instructors. We've only had one graded assignment in 2 months, which introduced unfamiliar concepts not covered in the textbook. The class average is 49%, and he refuses to apply any grade curve. His lectures are often irrelevant, delving into personal anecdotes or complex topics unrelated to our course materials. We haven't been introduced to essential formulas or vocabulary. I reached out to the department head, resulting in a basic syllabus being posted, but no significant improvement. I feel like I've wasted $1,200 and a W on my transcript would be detrimental. While my other classes are challenging, they have clear expectations, robust syllabi, and self-teaching resources allowing me to achieve a B through hard work. This professor is in his first year at the university, and I'm planning to meet with the department head to address the issue. I'm unsure if a resolution is possible at this point, and this situation is causing significant frustration and stress. Has anyone encountered a similar situation, and how would you handle it?
I mean, I think I speak for a lot of people whenever I say it. We've all had, whether it be in elementary school, high school, just a teacher that we weren't compatible with.
No.
Everyone's got their method, you know. But yeah, you got scammed. You definitely lost that money. You're getting a W on your transcript.
Down the drain.
Hate to see it, but you know what I mean?
Because, past going to the department head, what can you really do?
After that, I mean...
Take it up the chain a little bit more, I guess.
Yeah, just leave, I guess. You want to leave? Nah. You gotta sit down and be like, hey, take him to like coffee or breakfast sometime. Sit him down and say, you know what? I think there's just been a miscommunication somewhere. Our wires kind of
Let's start over.
Start over. Hi, I'm Sandra, or whatever your name is. You know what I mean? Start like that. It creates a whole new boundary, whole new foundation of just, okay, this is who I am. You're
Right.
ready to learn. You want to succeed. Go get that grade.
Absolutely. And then the professor will be like, this Sandra, she's here to play.
And he's gonna be like,
here to play.
It's gonna be like this. Open my mind. Okay, maybe I need to think of this in another way.
Right.
Give you some more graded materials. You know what I mean? Try to help you out.
One graded
So-
assignment in 2 months is a bit
That
insane.
is insane.
though.
That's what you said. That's what I was thinking. That is insane.
That does not bode well for the grade book.
Definitely not. Definitely not. All right. Did we have another story?
Yeah.
Could I take that one? Actually,
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
Go
gonna
for
take
it, man.
this
Go
one.
for it.
All right, you got it. Ooh, okay. Number 2, my haunted hotel experience. Y'all ready? I know he's ready.
Let's hear it.
This person writes, I was pretty young, but still believed spiritual things like ghosts. So when this happened, I was baffled. I was traveling with some family, and we found a hotel we could stay at for a while. It wasn't a normal-looking hotel. It looked more like an old-timey one. We all had thoughts about this, but we didn't think too much of it. The first couple of days were okay, but then I started hearing a little girl humming in the bathroom. After maybe a week, I tried to avoid going to the bathroom as much as possible. Later, I overheard my sister talking to my mom. They said it felt like they weren't the only ones in the room, and then I felt as if I had a knot in my stomach. We decided to sleep close together that night, and although I slept in the middle, I still felt it wasn't my sister or my mother sleeping next to me. Okay, the story's not done, but let's just pause right here. So let's just go through this list of events.
Right.
Haunted house doesn't look like a haunted house.
Right.
You hear a little girl humming in the bathroom when
Right.
you guys are supposed to be like, the only ones in the room.
Yes.
You try to sleep together, but it doesn't feel like that. And there's just this knot in your stomach. You guys feel like something's up. At that point, you leave. That's what happens.
Exactly.
You don't like it because there's more to the story. At what point are you guys just like, you know what? Let's not do this. I would have looked at the hotel and been like, no, it's got 2 stars on like TripAdvisor or Trivago or something. We're not gonna do it. But the story continues. I also got a weird feeling when we went to the laundry room. I feel like I can confirm the spirit of some sort was a girl because 1, my sister and my mom said they also thought it was a little girl, and 2, the eerie feeling came when I heard a girl's voice humming. We never said anything for some reason, but I guess it doesn't really matter anymore. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you say something? Like, it's
Did you
crazy.
not say anything when you checked out? Like, hey, there's a little girl humming in my bathroom, by the
Seriously,
way.
what?
Just want to let you guys know.
And we got more. She said, I can still picture what I thought she would look like humming as a kid, like an Alice in Wonderland look. But Alice looked as if she took a Sharpie towards the end of her hair. The dress also looked wet and disheveled, as if she took a shower with her clothes on. And finally, her hair looked like the girl from The Ring, with long hair covering her face and skin, smoky white, and I kind of saw an outline of her ribs. I was terrified. Initial thoughts.
So, this is just what she thought,
Right.
or what they thought that this ghost looked like.
Yeah, what she thought it would
Spirit,
look like.
whatever.
It's not that she saw that. Let's get that clear.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if this is true, which, I mean, come on, it's Reddit. But if
Yeah.
this is true, just off the bat, why even bother?
No,
You know?
yeah, like you said, after those first 4 little indicators, you should probably have just left it right there.
Hey, 100%.
But I mean, a lot of people, when supernatural feeling stuff happens
Yeah.
to them, we tend to just brush it off because we're like, oh, that stuff's not real. But that's
Yeah.
a bit
No,
too
not me.
much.
Hey, you do that. I'm not in a horror movie, okay? I'm getting
I'm
out
not-
of there. Like, I don't need to figure out the plot of this. Just leave early with your life, you
No,
know?
understandable,
You know what I'm saying?
understandable. And if it was an old-timey hotel to start off with,
Old-timey hotel? Come on.
old-timey hotels are always haunted. That's
Always.
just a guarantee.
Always.
All right. I believe we've only got one more story here. It is titled Haunted Hospital Encounters, a Paranormal Perspective from an EMT. I'm an EMT and eat this stuff up. I'm not necessarily religious, but I've experienced some stuff I cannot explain. I can recall one well. I was in the basement of the hospital grabbing a new gurney as ours was ripped apart from a violent patient. It was 3 a.m., PICU was on the 3rd floor, and it was locked down for the night. No visitors in the hospital. The basement storage unit was packed with stuff, so when I felt my shirt get pulled on, I assumed I got caught on an object. Then it happened again, only this time I heard a little girl's voice, crystal clear, say, "I'm lost." My heart was pounding. I felt all the hairs on my body stand up, and I called my partner down to help with the gurney. I've talked to nurses, CNAs, and even some physicians who have had weird experiences, especially in the ICU and hospice side. Wow.
So, just to recap, where was he located?
He was in the basement
and he's
getting
just
a new
walking.
gurney.
And he's just walking.
He's just walking out with
Someone's
the
like-
gurney. Something tugs on him. He assumes he just got caught on something. Then it happens again, and he hears a little girl say, "I'm lost."
You know, maybe it's just a little girl down there who's actually lost.
Who's actually
you know what I
lost.
mean? Like, she, left her mother, and she's just down there just
I
where
need to
am
know what
I?
he did. Like, did he Did you just run away?
'Cause that
Did
would
you
be
just abandon
crazy.
this girl?
Like, if this was an actual little girl and you just ran away, you're a terrible person. Like, what?
But I mean, me personally, if I hear a little girl say I'm lost in a basement at 3 a.m., I'm not sticking around to see who she is.
You got it. You got, like, okay. I get that maybe this was a spirit. You know, this is spooky. I'll
Absolutely.
give you that. But just imagine you're that little girl. You know what I mean? There's
That
no
is
hope
terrible.
after the adult EMT runs away from you, leaving you in the dark basement.
That is
I'm
terrible.
sorry.
I'd never trust an EMT ever again.
I never go to
Never
the
call
hospital
me
ever
an
again.
ambulance.
Nope, don't need it. Don't. I
I'll
wouldn't
shake it
trust
off.
the nurse here at school. Every
Nope.
healthcare professional. Nope. They wouldn't
Absolutely
because of
not.
this one incident. That's crazy. That's crazy. This is our advice, like I was talking about, the slip yik yak, or slip yak for short. Man, I love that. Took 3 of the yik yaks we have from the last couple weeks. We're gonna take a look at them right now and just do the best we can to give our advice, right? So the first one from one day ago: if you could, would you pay $50 to get an extra day off? Meaning that any work due gets an extra day for it. What are we thinking, Matt? Would you pay $50 for that?
I feel like $50 is kind of steep,
It's a little
especially for a
steep.
college kid.
For 24 hours more, you know?
That's
24
true.
hours.
Honestly,
If you have the money, maybe.
all right, yeah, I think I would.
Depends
I
on the
think I
assignment.
would.
Depends on the assignment,
It
though.
does.
Like, if it's something little for 5 points, you're not spending $50 for 5 points.
No, I'm not spending.
Definitely.
Yeah,
It's got to be like a final
and it
project.
depends how much more time I need on it. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna use $50 and then only use an extra like 2 hours.
Let me ask you this, Yik Yak user. Like, can I extend that? $100 gives me 2 days? Because, like, I'll think about it, maybe.
If it stacks,
If it stacks, okay, like, and I'm really far behind and I need this grade, okay, maybe. But how bad do I need it? You know, what is the point value? Give us more context, and then we'll answer you with the better question.
right?
Next one we have. So this is another anonymous Yik Yacker. Dating for marriage in this age is impossible. Literally impossible. I don't think you're asking for advice here. Like, this person kind of already made up their mind.
Right,
Like, what's your question?
absolutely.
Restate the question, please.
I mean, if I had to give you some advice, maybe try online dating. I don't know.
Like Christian Mingle or
Yeah,
something?
maybe farmers only.
Something like that. Like, there are options out there. There's got to be one for people who are serious, I guess. Who knows how reliable those are?
Yeah.
I'm a stranger to that world.
I mean, if we're in college, the dating
Yeah.
scene just is.
Hey, you got time.
You do.
We all got time.
Why
you
are we?
know?
Let's ask the real questions. Why are
Trying to
you
get
rushing
married
in?
at 21? We got one last thing. When people say that I'm cute or adorable, are they just trying to avoid saying I'm pretty or hot because they don't think I am? Just take the compliment.
Please.
I would kill for someone to say that to me that wasn't my grandmother. Just take the compliment.
Just take the
You know?
compliment. No, I totally
Thank you.
agree. I
Thank you.
totally agree.
Thank you.
The only people that pay me compliments are, like you said, grandma, aunts,
Mom.
mom.
My mom's a big one. Shout out, Mom. Love
Honestly,
you.
shout out mom.
Seriously.
Would
But,
not be here without
yeah, I
you.
just say, hey, if cute or adorable, that's good.
Right, absolutely.
That's nice. Take it. It's
Plus,
a compliment.
cute or adorable can cover way more than just like hot. Like hot is just like hot's way basic, and then they're just talking about your body at that point. Is that really what you want complimented for?
And, like, you want a stranger to compliment you?
Right.
Like, what if you don't know this? What if you don't know this individual? Just, like, at a bar or something. Hey, you're hot. That's scary.
That is creepy.
Tying it back to the Halloween.
I was just
that's
gonna
scary.
say, you want another scary Reddit
Yeah, for
story.
real,
There's
this
one.
Is it. All right.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to tune in next time. This has been Digital Discourse, where pixels speak louder than words.
That's right, guys. You guys have a safe and happy Halloween. We'll see you next week.